Okay, we're gonna be starting off with some claps for this motherfucker, because this is gonna be an unedited mess! What's going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new unedited show that I'm gonna be doing, so look forward to all of the hiccups, all of the lip pops. Me getting really close up to the mic because for some reason my microphone is dying, but thankfully in 2025 I'm getting 3 brand new mics. So, what is this brand new show? What's going on? Well, we're just basically making this maybe a media snipe. Media snipe might be the title, might not. We'll probably figure out a title that's gonna be all over the motherfucker when this shit is over. But we're just gonna be starting off by talking about, first, let me do this to the mic. Boom, for the soda popping for everybody at home. We're going to be talking about some stuff where, after watching The Penguin, everybody and their mama is making content involving A, what could be the future second season for The Penguin? And 2, who should be getting their own show? Whether or not people are on the fence about stuff like Two-Face, or the Joker, or Mr. Freeze. A lot of people want to say the Joker deserves a TV series in Matt Reeves' Gotham. But this first episode is going to be us talking about a potential show that could be made with Two-Face, of all things. Because if we're going to be doing more grounded villains, Two-Face is a good way to go. We could probably have it be, honestly, I'm thinking about maybe the title, The Two Sides of Harvey. That would actually be a good title. Make it almost like a psychological drama sort of thing. So, hear me out. Just hold up, listen, hear me out. We're going to be doing it's going to be a 8 to 9 episode run. This is just the idea, guys. It's going to be a very short video. If you just bear with me on this whole unedited mess, but 8 to 9 episode miniseries covering the days leading to Harvey becoming Two-Face. Or maybe it's going to be him after getting acid on half of his face. Either or about how it's done. It could be either or for how it's going to be played out. Because maybe Batman 2 leads to more movies with Robert Pattinson as Batman. Maybe not. Who knows? But having Harvey in this setting, either already Two-Face or becoming Two-Face, examines something very unique that could go into an almost Hitchcockian level of energy and vibe that can actually develop into something very cohesive and very neatly tied off to a beautiful sentiment. The way I'm thinking about it is, why not have it be blurring the lines between what is real and what isn't real for Harvey? Allow me to elaborate. The whole motif of Two-Face is, it's a broken psyche where the damaged side of the brain is the dominant side. The undamaged side is now the recessive side. Like, the dominant side of it is the overarching personality that's taking over Harvey from having a traumatic split personality. Nothing organic, nothing of the sort. It's just unregistered PTSD leading to a split personality by the trauma base. Not like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is just using a drug to bring out something that is uncivilized for people's own mannerisms to become a monster for the prim and proper society of the Victorian era. No, it's nothing like that. It's kind of in the same vein of Bruce Banner making all these different personalities because of the horrendous abuses he had as a child. Except this is more like an adult men sort of story arc of someone that can't process that the world just sometimes has bad things happen to sometimes just the good people, bad people, people in between. Because life doesn't give a whole, your overarching character alignment shares off what you deserve in life. That's just a whole big thing. But gotta focus back up. So the two sides of Harvey could, if we're gonna be doing a route where it's before he's Two-Face, let's break it down like, again, a Hitchcockian sort of narrative. He is becoming the district attorney of Gotham. The worst city to live in if you were to be transplanted into the DC universe. If you ever did one of those quizzes. Gotham is horrible. It is the breeding ground for evil. But have it be like this. Let's just say we dig up one of the lesser known gangsters within Gotham. Or just a lesser known criminal that's just from the smaller element from the golden age of comics. Doesn't have to be very crazy. Just go through the bag for just very obscured, very small time. Could just be Ice Joe or whatever. Who knows? Just have them as a focal point for this one story. Harvey has to defend a murderer that is starting to implant into his head something that he's been fighting ever since he went through law school. What is moral ambiguity? What is a morally gray system? Who are the justified clients? Who are the wrongful victims? In law, your only attribute for many different law school students to repeat from their teachers is that whatever you're representing is who you're representing. It does not matter the code that you see them do or the credence. Your job is to either prosecute or to defend, nothing else. Which then leads into various different problems where people are just like, oh, you're defending a murderer. Oh, you're just trying to send someone that's innocent to jail. Because everybody loses when you're a lawyer. It is kind of a known fact that many people from law school do actually say when they get into firms or they start their own practices, even with the win-loss ratio, they don't get a lot of good respect, even with publicity if they gain it, because most of the people that they do represent tend to leave a very weird mark on them after a certain point if you're doing criminal law or federal law. Environmental law and other laws, that's a whole different can of worms. But we're talking about Harvey, and he's doing stuff as the new DA of one of the worst cities in the DCU. So, how is this going to play out as the seed being sown from that huge ramble? It actually comes back to what I'm getting into. When a lawyer actually is hit with those questions, you can either just nod your head and be like, this job is what it is, I can do what I need to do and move forward, or you can have it fester. You can have it be a virus that's just drilling deeper and deeper into your head. Make it very, very... Hold on. I have a brain fart. Give me a second. Have it be very convincing, very enticing to what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, have it be the inciting virus that grows and spreads until it's an infection in the mind. Now Harvey's of two minds. Maybe he's going to have a Jason Bateman moment every now and again in Gotham. Or maybe it's an illusion and it's just him fantasizing. He's going into this whole thing of two minds where he might win the case, but is he even sane? Is he any closer to being a good character for what he was doing to become DA? Is he still going to be Bruce's friend after all the years that they've known each other? Is he still going to have Gotham's best interest at heart? These are going to be very important questions that actually can bleed into a good narrative if there's more to be told for Gotham, or if there's stuff for a future third or even fourth Batman film to kind of close off the whole thing like it's a saga. Or an epic if you wanted to do 5 films, you know. But that's just honestly a good way to do it, where it's a mixture of things where the primary base is Hitchcockian. Blend in a little bit of elements like American Psycho, but at the same time sprinkle a bit of A Clockwork Orange. I know that cocktail might seem a little bit strange and a little bit odd, but honestly, think about it. The perfect villain for this cocktail is Harvey Dent. At his core, I don't see him as he wants to be a villain. Much like how Joker's philosophy is it only takes one bad day to turn a good person rotten, Harvey could have been a good person. Regardless of whatever the fuck Gotham was doing, we're not going to go into that right now. That's a whole different can of worms. I'm working on it. There might be a podcast in the near future. Get off my fucking back. But right now, this whole thing for Harvey, make it a whole theatrics to make sure that it's believable how this descent happens. Because it's not like Penguin, who has a weird complex into his own mind of superiority, as well as some small bit of Oedipus complex from what we just fucking saw in the goddamn TV show. It's not like the Joker, where you don't know what made him what he is, because it's very confusing with the multiple different backstories, and whoever it is, it's not going to be the Joker, so I don't know why the fuck people were mad about the twist ending in Joker 2. Get the fuck over it. It's not like Pamela Isley, where when she became Poison Ivy, it was because of her environmental passions running into a whole thing where her ideology is sound, but how she goes about it is eco-terrorism, as well as potential, if not actual murder. Like, Harvey's just a normal dude. Just one bad incident happened, it broke his mind, and now he's a villain. You can do so much to explore that, to make it where you sympathize with what's trapped in his mind, but you understand the villainy. You understand how he could have gotten here. Because the setting alone goes into a huge precedence into what makes a villain when it comes to Gotham. That is an overarching point that anyone and everyone can get into, bar none. But how villains are made in this city, that's an interesting thing to make note of. That is something you can really dig into. Make it really interesting if you know what you're trying to do. Don't try to just sprinkle it around like you're Vivian, who's making all of her stuff with the Hell franchise that she's making with Has-Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss, which are getting new videos soon. No. Make it much like how the showrunners did for The Penguin. Make it methodical. Make it dramatic. Make it a cautionary drama that can truly tell you guys so many things. Make it a Shakespearean tragedy for all I care. But make it believable why it's a villain. Don't justify Harvey. Don't justify or try to make him sympathetic for the sake of being sympathetic. Justify why he's a villain. Some villains just want to be villains. Some people end up breaking because they don't have the strength. But make it a convincing argument to do so. That's the beauty that you need to do. And with that, I think I've already set a precedence where I think the next time I do this, I might do an outline for the first episode, if possible, for the two sides of Harvey, or I might do something else for whatever the fuck we name in this show. Media Snipe, The Pitch. Ooh, The Pitch actually kind of sounds fun. We're gonna try out this as a title. And if you guys are wondering why we're doing this, well, more videos are being worked on, and I'm taking notes for a couple of different weekly shows we're going to be doing. They're going to be starting in 2025 because I've been super fucking tired. I've been script writing the best and worst list for January. We're going to be getting 2 best ofs because I'm trying to make up for the one I missed in 2023 when my backup computer died and my main computer was inoperable. So we're going to be trying to do all the scripting things. December might be super quiet. We might be doing more of these and some voice acting attempt videos. Who knows? But bigger videos coming in January. I'm trying to work on those as fast as possible, because I don't have my editors anymore for a long story I might share someday. Not today, but someday. And we might be doing more of, I'm going to call it the pitch for now. Like, we're going to probably do like 5 episodes. See how I feel. I don't care if this gets a lot of views, but I'm going to see how this goes for like an unedited thing. And yeah, you guys have a good one, I guess. Why did we have to have it where Penguin basically wanted to have an Oedipus complex again? Question for the day to end this thing off, because that still confuses me.
Boom, you feel it when I walk in the room. The shiver up your spine as